Thank you, Ceann Comhairle, and thank you, Minister. Ireland's 50th anniversary in the European Union is a major milestone in our history, and it is an honour for me to celebrate Europe Day 2023 to mark those successful 50 years of membership of the EU. I was delighted to share in the events in Carlow this morning. We absolutely had a really big event, and I want to thank Carlow County Development Partnership and Annette Fox for all the work, working with all the different agencies, but also all the communities who absolutely were there, and the food, the song, the dance. It was an absolute privilege to be there for a few hours this morning, and we had our local radio, KCLR, and I just felt the whole community spirit there was absolutely brilliant. And I know Carlow is one of 17 local authorities who organised events in towns and counties across Ireland to mark the EU 50 through special EU 50 funding made available from the Department of Foreign Affairs. And I felt that was so important, that we played our part this morning in County Carlow to make sure that we recognised our part and our recognition of the work that has been done over the last 50 years. It has been great to grow up as, at the heart of Europe, and so many of us cannot remember an Ireland that was not in the European Union. And I spoke to a lot of younger people today, and I said to them, even for myself, I can't remember an Ireland that wasn't in the European Union. And you know, and I see all our younger children today that were there, all the schools that were there, and they were learning, and it was lovely to see it. And I know a lot of the ministers had gone into schools over the last few days too, and I thought that was so important, because it is important that we celebrate the 50 years, but also we celebrate and let everyone know what has happened in the last 50 years. So I felt that was really important this morning. We have seen that with the support from our neighbours during Brexit negotiations and our ability to retain common travel and, of course, the protocol. We may be in Ireland, out on our own at the west of Europe, but we never feel alone with our close relationship with the EU. We are simply better together. As John Hume famously said, the European Union is the best example in history of the world of conflict resolution, as we marked already 25 years of the Good Friday Agreement. It is important that we remember that. And again, that's history in the making. So it is so important that we remember them on days like this. Especially as we look at the women and children who are fleeing war in Ukraine. We're lucky to be able to help these refugees and welcome them here and help them to live in a safe environment and enjoy this lovely country of ours. And I can only say from my own County Carlow and Kilkenny that, you know, they have absolutely worked so hard. Their responses have been brilliant, and everybody worked together, and I think that's so important. But Minister, I think the most important thing is that we must encourage peace now and war, and end war, because that is so important. That was actually spoke about this morning, that, you know, we need peace. We need to make sure that we end the war, and that was, I thought that was a lovely, you know, this morning when I was talking to you know, my friends now, and you know, it was just lovely to sit down and talk to them about being in Europe and about, you know, how we welcome them in, and particularly now with the Ukrainians that we've made friendships with now, and, you know, listening to their stories, and, you know, we need to be there and do what we can. Europe Day 2023 marks a culmination of the government's EU 50 programme, which has been celebrating key milestones in the 50 years of Ireland's EU membership since our decision to join the European Economic Community on the 22nd of January 1972. It is great to see so much of the celebrations this year being about our young people and how they see Europe. And I, for one, again, as children's spokesperson, again, as I spoke earlier on, I thought that was just a lovely message this morning that we were getting out there, you know, talking to them and explaining, you know, again, I can only just say how important that is. Over the last 50 years, Ireland has made remarkable progress, but has also contributed so much in the development of our modern European Union. We should be proud to celebrate all that has been achieved, and of course, Minister, I look forward to the next 50 years. But again, I think today is a really good day. I think it's important that we do acknowledge it, and I just felt, as I said again this morning, I just thought it was a lovely event in Carlow, and I was delighted to be proud of it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Minister.